Gangster Chronicles. This is not your average show.
What a lot of people don't know, I came up with the Gangster Chronicles concept. I did. Wasn't nobody else around. Glasses Malone was sitting in my living room with me. It was about 1:30 in the morning. You know, you just up kicking it with the homie. We sitting in my living room. And I said, my nigga, I'm going to do a podcast. We was trying to do a podcast with Glasses. This is way back in maybe 2016 when the podcast stuff wasn't even cracking like it is now. It wasn't nowhere. It was only a few people doing it, right? So I was messing with Glasses, and it wasn't, you know, he wasn't too serious about it at the time. You know, Glasses may come, he may not show up, you know?
Yeah, a lot of us rappers didn't really, podcasting was new still, so when you try to take a nigga from the microphone, put him on the microphone, but in a disparate aspect, niggas was looking at it like, man, podcast.
Glasses thought I lost my mind because when he did it with me, he did a couple episodes. He said, "Still,
like, what the fuck is that shit?"
And you know what Glasses told me? He said, "Still, I fuck with you. You my big bro." He said, "Man, but ain't nobody out here gonna listen to that shit." You know, so I said, "Watch and see, man. Watch and see. It's gonna be the biggest thing ever." So I had a homeboy that worked in the CBS building, and he said, you know, you could use the studio up there, but they charged me. I had to pay for engineers. So when I first started the Gangster Chronicles, dog, I think I was paying like every week, dog.
So this was all your idea?
Yeah, this was all my idea.
Nobody sat down with you, no partners, no homies.
None.
Hey, man, we should.
None. The only one
made you call it the Gangster Chronicles?
Well, because when I initially thought of the Gangster Chronicles, the Chronicles something means to tell a story, right?
Okay.
It was never supposed to be just about Crips and Bloods or gangster shit. It was supposed.
That was one of my questions, like, because somebody asked me that. Why Gangster Chronicles?
Yeah, because it was supposed to encompass everything that's gangsterism, from the mafia to even the motherfucking the Aryan Brotherhood. That's gangster shit. You know what I mean? There's their gang. Gangster music.
Right.
It was supposed to be everything to kind of run around the parameters of what normal society is, right?
That's considered gangster.
It's considered gangster.
Okay.
And you know, so Glasses was sitting up there with me. I had Reggie Wright in mind because he was one of the dudes that came from the Death Row era, right?
Okay.
I had Reggie Wright in mind. So I got at Reggie. Then Glasses was like, you know what? It was because I was on the first 4 original episodes, right?
Right.
And I was going to move to Atlanta at the time. So I said, I got to get somebody else. That's when we brought this other cat in. I ain't even going to say his name. I didn't want to say the other dude's name. But to put a long story short, before we made a dime out of the Gangster Chronicles, I was about probably 30 grand into this motherfucker, dog.
Because this is your pet project.
Yeah, it's my pet project.
Baby. This is your shit. So regardless of who you selected as a host or not, Gangster Chronicles was your project.
Yeah, it was my project,
okay.
and I share freely with the mother. Actually, I was probably a little bit too free with the money, because this is how I always looked at it. I'm gonna pay for everything. We gonna split everything down the middle. I ain't no greedy motherfucker. You know, I get something, you getting a piece of it, you getting a piece of it. You know, we all can do good with this, right? But I think people got a sense of getting too entitled after a while, dog, and have a tendency to run around with the wrong people, because, as you notice, we minus the host that used to be on the show.
Exactly.
That's not my fault. Be mad at the dude that you over there sitting with, because he did this shit to you.
Right.
I didn't come up with them accusations.
I've been questioned, you know, and not really. You know, people just ask me questions, and, you know, the information is what I tell people is that, you know, executive decisions were made. You know, not that it was like a hater thing or like whatever, but, you know, sometimes situations happen, you know. Is it gonna affect people in a certain way? Of course. Shit. When I had a fucking contract with Epic, I thought I was gonna be signed to a fucking label forever. You get me? And then I got the phone call one day to say, nigga, we not gonna renew your contract. And was I lost for a minute? For a second. because now I got to figure out the next step.
Yeah, but somebody else eventually came along and said, hey, we want to fuck with you.
Somebody else came along and said, we want to fuck with you. And then eventually I just got the shit like, well, goddamn, it seems like I could be more on hands if I start doing my own shit. So that's what I started doing. I started putting out records independently. And here we are today.
Exactly.
So...
And I ain't gonna dwell too much on this, man, because I just wanted to address it because people have a tendency, you know, because I wasn't gonna say nothing about it because like I said before, I didn't want to kick James off the show.
Right.
I'm not the reason he's not on the show no more. You know, what happened, there was 2 former co-hosts conspired against him and they found out a lot of information that was from his past. Now, one thing I will say, when we initially first started the show, one of my partners, they hit me up and told me, man, dude is hot. You shouldn't fuck with him because of this, and the third. I'm not too much big into rumors, man. I'm a grown-ass man. I don't listen to rumors. I wouldn't ask my man himself, hey, I got told this, and the third, that you had this going on. Oh, no, that's people hating. I left it alone, dog, because it wasn't my thing. And plus, it ain't like we on this motherfucker robbing banks or doing the malicious.
Right.
We telling stories, dog. We talking about shit. We having conversations. You know what I'm saying? Right. So it wasn't my fault. The thing that really cracks me up is that the guy that's responsible for all this shit is happening is he's sitting over there with him now doing the show. That's the person all the animosity should be pointed to. I didn't do this stuff. This is a business at the end of the day, dog. And anything that's impeding the business, because as you grow, the business gets bigger. Now, when I was up in the CBS building paying my own dime, doing shit like this, I had a lot more leeway to make decisions. It was all on me, right?
Right.
Because at one time, and even with the one guy that left the show, you were talked about as a possible, me and you had a conversation about you taking his place.
Right.
Remember, like a long time ago, so a lot of moves have been made.
You came to me a while ago, right like COVID, right before COVID, and we had a conversation about, you know, doing, you know, because remember I had wanted to do my own podcast. Yeah, and we still gonna do that, the Stash Spot. We was gonna do Stash Spot, and then things transpired, and you know, said would you be willing to come, you know, co-host on the Gangster Chronicles. I didn't know how it would fit, you know, knowing that you and James already was in the mix. You know, I knew about Reggie and I knew about the other dude, you know what I'm saying? But it's opportunities, you know. I never looked at it as trying to be stepping on somebody's toes or taking somebody's position, but, you know, a job is a job, man.
And it wasn't like that because you weren't stepping on toes, because the funny thing about the dude Reggie is he quit the show on his own reconnaissance. He was in jail. He was locked up, right? Reggie was only on, he was only on the show for 6 months, right? He was only on the show for 6 months, then he got locked up. Never had no problem with the dude. Even still sent him money and whatever like that. I sent him money until James told me to stop sending him money.
Okay.
For whatever reason, hey, don't send him nothing else. That was his thing, and now that them two dudes over there together, it's funny to me. But I will say this, because we grown-ass men at the end of the day, dog. I don't have no animosity against them. That wasn't personal. Again, if it was up to me in certain situations, wouldn't have happened, he'd still be sitting over there.
Right.
It wasn't nothing personal against him. It wasn't nothing personal against him. We all grown-ass men, and we make decisions. But when we make those decisions, we should look in the mirror as men and say, this is what I want to do. Because, hey, you know I'm no nonsense, man.
I know. I mean, because I was like, hey, what's going on? Remember, I'm calling you like, hey, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then it was brought to my attention about what was transpiring. And then I was like, well, fuck that shit. Let's just keep pushing. And tried to advocate for my man James to, you know, let's forget about the other shit. Let's just keep pushing forward. But I guess, you know, the stress of, like you said, weighing on the business, and now you have outside people who are invested in the business who feel like certain situations were going to bring or devalue the show.
Exactly, because when you get things like this, dog, this is entertainment at the end of the day.
Of course.
Don't take it for nothing else. This is entertainment right here.
We try to entertain y'all with stories or tales or
guess,
perception of current shit or back in the day shit from what we've seen or what we've done learned from. But again, it's all entertainment. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Whether you take something from it or not, we are trying to, we are trying to get your ear. We're trying to get your ear and trying to get you to listen to our entertainment of what we feel is our perception on life in general. Hip hop, sports, fucking shit, anything that you might as a regular person, because that's what we consider ourselves.
And that's the thing, and I wouldn't even go say nothing, bro, but after a while, you get tired of motherfuckers just playing with your name. It's like, you can see motherfuckers online, and then I don't have this one cat follow me around. Fuck you, Steele. Fuck you. You did this to James. It's
he was on my shit, wasn't he? Was that the same?
Yeah. Fuck you, Steele. Hold on. That's the homie Glasses right there. Hold on one second. I'm gonna punch Glasses in.
Man, that shit.
Hey, G, what's happening, dog? Hey, hold on. I'm gonna put you on the show real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna put you on speaker real quick. This kind of raggedy, ladies and gentlemen, because we usually do some shit professional, but this the homie Glasses. Hey, G, I just want to ask a few questions, dog, and just answer yes or no questions, right?
Hold on, what this shit about?
Hold on, don't matter what it's about. Just answer my questions. Just answer my motherfucking questions.
My nigga G said, "What is this
I'm just gonna ask a few questions, dog.
About to slide
Hold on, I ain't gonna slide no curveball. Just answer.
I ain't worried about a curveball to no goofy shit.
No, this ain't no goofy shit, dog. But how long was Gangster Chronicles thought of before it actually came to effect?
You know goddamn well you made that show. Why are you stop trying to prove shit to the public, man? Let these people just entertain.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm gonna do. Then I just want.
A long time ago. Why are we talking about? You cannot argue over the net. You know goddamn well you came up with the idea. Why are we talking about this?
That's all I wanted to hear, bro.
Yeah, sir.
But you can't prove this to nobody else, and you shouldn't be trying to prove this to nobody else. Everybody making content at the expense of a show, and you just going along with it. Don't do that shit. Everybody can make their own fucking content.
For real,
that's what it is nowadays. Everything is about content, man. You just had a conversation with a nigga the other day, and the nigga told you the same shit. You get me?
For real. Yeah, for real. That's real shit.
A nigga just told you the same shit, and my nigga who you talk to is one of the biggest niggas who
online. Yep, and this content. What you say, G?
I'm gonna just say this. Look, when you came to me with Gangster Chronicles, it's simple. You said, man, I got this idea for a podcast called Gangster Chronicles. At that time, you only had Reggie Wright in mind. I remember that. I brought you to Who My Giant. This is before OG was even on Vlad. This is when he just had this little piece with the dude that was doing all of the Tupac stuff, that dude. And I was like, man, I knew who this nigga was because I heard of him my whole life as being this figure from out the city. So I was like, man, you should use him because I believed him, and you should use Alex. The idea was already there. It was already prominently done, but you cannot win these debates online because they're not really meant to be winning things. You can't win or lose. They're not meant to be that. They meant to capture the public's imagination. This shit's silly. You know goddamn well, this ain't the first time that this has happened. This shit normal. I would just not even get involved in it. It don't make no fucking sense. Like, just leave that shit alone. You gonna make another show. This show y'all got right now is a fucking hit. That show finna be huge. Way bigger. So, but if every time you try to debate your brilliance with other people, man, it's gonna be a problem because the internet don't have, like, normal sense. They just gonna make their own thing up. And you'll never be right. Never.
You don't even have to prove shit.
Hey, I'll call you back, bro. I'm gonna call you back, bro.
Yep.
All right.
You don't even have to prove
and that was Glasses Malone.
You don't even have to prove shit nowadays.
And that's why, and
all
this
you
whole
gotta do
point,
is start content nowadays. It don't give a fuck whether the shit is true or not. All we need to do is get motherfuckers to start listening to some outlandish shit, and it's gonna go.
Because you know what I could do right now, man? I can go on this motherfucker and say whatever I want to say, and half the motherfuckers out there go believe it. Just because they want to take a side. Like, I had this dude and didn't give a fuck, I'm sitting at home in my motherfucking $1 million crib, My $1 million condo, my nigga. You sitting at home in your shit, feeling good, right? You know, enjoying yourself, right? Enjoying life. And you got a motherfucker telling you fuck you because he feel like you done something wrong to one of his heroes.
You don't know this motherfucker from day or night.
You don't know him from a can of paint.
It's just people who feel like that, man. I tell people every day, I'm not gonna please them all. And sometimes, like I say, motherfucker, you could put out a song and it could be a nigga you ain't never seen in your life. He'll just come on and be like, man, fuck you. And it's all just to start some shit. Now, you know what that motherfucker gonna do? He gonna take that shit, he gonna post it on his page and go, look, I'm going back and forth with MC8. Oh,
yeah, for real.
Goodness. And that's gonna
motherfucker told me, and I laughed, because I was in the bathroom, actually. I laughed. I said, who is this motherfucker? Fuck you, Steel. I said, damn, I might call this episode that Fuck You, Big Steel.
Yeah.
Well, you know, this episode is called Fuck You, Big Steel.
Fuck Steel Day.
Yeah, fuck Steel. I'm going to actually get some T-shirts made. If y'all want to get them motherfuckers, they're going to be on sale for only $20.
But like Glasses just said, why throw gas on fire? I mean, because basically, you can let the shit burn itself out. You get me? We've all had to deal with some type of shit since this internet shit, this podcasting shit, whatever. You get me? I had to go through the shit. You going through the shit. James had to go through the shit. Reggie had to go through the shit. Who ain't went through some shit? You get me? As far as people not disagreeing with what your point of view is. It's just what fucking happens. But what you got to learn how to do, and we have to do as grown men and black men and motherfuckers who can avoid controversy, because that's what it is, like a nigga just said. It's all for content. We're going to talk, and get motherfuckers to tune in. But at the end of the day, what's the end game? What's the end result at the end of the day?
What's the end game? You know what, man? All you doing is providing content for another motherfucker to create a go back and forth. Because this is not what that's going to be.
Some bread, right?
Yeah,
that's gonna make some bread, right? That's what it's all for. At the end of the day, motherfuckers want to get paid. So this ain't the only way I get paid.
It ain't the only thing I do either. You know,
I got other forms of getting paid. You get me? And that's what I've been doing all my life. You go up next level to next level. So not to disrespect nobody, because like I said, I ain't got beef with a motherfucker, and I don't have beef with somebody over a podcast.
Ah, damn shit, not over no silly ass podcast, dog.
You know, nothing's personal.
Especially
nothing's personal.
Especially when I've given you more than on paper what you were supposed to give.
I ain't inclined. Like I said, I'm the newcomer, and I know my position, and I know what it is. But like I said, man, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. It's not personal. Niggas don't have a problem with nothing as far as who you are as a man, who motherfuckers are as a man. Shit is business. If you got a personal motherfucking problem with something, then maybe that needs to be worked out. The issues of whatever that shit is. But shit is business at the fucking end of the day. You get me? Just like I can get canceled tomorrow. You get me?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Who the fuck want to go through that? It's like I'm not sitting up here doing this show by myself, and your celebrity is 20 times bigger than mine could ever be.
And I don't even like looking at myself as a celebrity. I like to look at myself as a regular nigga.
Yeah, you are a regular nigga. That's why you sitting up here.
I done records. I done some movies. You know, I done some video games. I'm podcasting now. I just look at it as the next transition. I can't rap forever, right? Like y'all saying, we old niggas. We can't be rapping forever. Y'all want us to give up the fucking mic right now. So we have to transition. You get me? And it's nothing, like I said, none of this shit is personal, because this ain't got shit to do with my kids, right? It ain't got shit to do with my family being, you know, hurt or whatever. Motherfucker been talking shit about me for a long ass time on records and everything.
And they go talk shit about motherfuckers forever, because at the end of the day, dog, that's what it is. All of this shit is meant to elicit a conversation. That's all it is, elicit the conversation. You know what I mean? Whatever we say, everybody ain't gonna agree with it. And my whole thing is this: I'm not trying to be the most popular motherfucker in the world. If a motherfucker out there don't care for me, whatever, that's your prerogative.
Some motherfuckers want to be that and some people don't. Some of us just want to sit in a comfortable seat and, you know, you sit at the table in a comfortable seat. I ain't trying to ask for no more, no less. Give me what the fuck I deserve, and that's it. But I'm not gonna force you to like my shit. Just like I can't force a motherfucker to buy my record. You get me? But I'm not gonna tell a motherfucker, oh well, so what? You know what I'm saying? Just keep buying my shit even if you don't like it. You get me?
Yeah,
just
real.
keep buying my shit even if you don't like it. Fuck it. Just you know, man, you can support me in a better way, man. You know what I'm saying?